What's up, guys? It is Dan from FightWave. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day, and today I'm joined by somebody I'm incredibly excited to speak with, one of my favorite bantamweights on the roster, and I know a lot of fans right now, I'm telling you right now, the fans are ruthless in this sport, but he pays no mind to it. He is one of the most disciplined individuals I think I've seen ever in the training room. I'm privileged to be joined by the one, the only Mr. Mario Bautista. Mario, thank you so much for your time, brother. A privilege to speak with you, and first and foremost, obviously, coming off a win over Jose Aldo, and a lot of flack coming your way, but more importantly, you in the gym, you look great. Your spirits are great. How are you feeling right now, just ahead of everything this year is going to entail for you?
No, I feel good. You know, the fans, they slowed down. I think I get messages every once in a while, but it's all good. It's just the fans are going to say whatever they're going to say. I'm not going to let it affect me, but I'm back in the training room, back to my normal everyday life, and I think the opinions of people that matter. That's what matters to me. So
definitely, and right now in the gym, for us from out of town coming in, first and foremost, thank you guys for the hospitality. But just seeing the work ethic of you guys, it speaks for itself. You guys have got 3 top 15 bantamweights in the gym right now that train, and you guys, the quality that you guys produce is incredible. So just when you're going into the gym, you've got Marcus at number 14, if I'm not mistaken, you at number 10 or number 9, and Kyler at number 12, if I'm not mistaken. But 3 guys on that top 15, top 10. How exciting is it for you just to see how much this hard work has culminated into so much success for the gym?
I love it, man, because I've been here from the very beginning. I've seen these guys as amateurs, and me as well. I was right there with them. So for us to kind of come up together and then be in the top 15, I think that's a great story, and it's just like for the gym, it just shows how much hard work we put in and how consistent we've been over the years.
Definitely. And one thing I love is just when you look at the momentum that you have right now in the UFC, people love to talk about the recent performances, and there's a saying, you're only as good as your last performance. But one of the biggest things I think is just more or less, you look at your 7-fight win streak right now, some of the best names in the division, and more importantly, the quality of those wins. One of my favorite fights of the last few years has been you versus Damon Blackshear. I thought that was a phenomenal grappling display from both of you. So when you reflect on the success and just turning things around after a loss and going on this remarkable win streak, how much does that excite you to not necessarily get the praise, but when you look at your work on paper, you're like, damn, I'm really happy with what I've been able to display thus far, and I know there's even better to come.
Yeah, it slowly came on, once, you go on a 3-fight win streak and you keep adding, and then you see your name, Merab, 10-fight win streak, and then Mario 7. So I'm right there. So I'm pretty proud of my work, After my last loss, my coach just said something just to cheer me up, said, hey, man, don't worry about this. We're going to go on an 8-fight win streak after this. It goes in one ear and out the other. But, it's coming true. It's coming true. So I'm excited for this, excited for my next fight and keep this streak going as long as I can.
Definitely. And right now, we talk about just your teammates, the success that they've had. I spoke with Marcus. He had an opponent in mind. And just the dynamics of the bantamweight division right now, there's a lot of moving parts. Of course, next week, we've got Merab versus Umar at UFC 311. We just got announced Henry Cejudo versus Song Yudong for UFC Seattle, and then Dom Cruz and Rob Font as the co-main to that. There's a lot of moving parts in this division, and you're right there in the mix with it. So when you look at the division right now, and arguably one of the best divisions right now, I think the best division, actually, when you look at the division right now, how excited are you that your name is in that mix, and that whatever is next in front of you, it is a massive proving ground with an incredible challenge to, hopefully showcase to the fans that, they're wrong.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for this, you look who's in front of me, and all those names, you could just picture yourself fighting any of those guys, and it'll be exciting. So it's nice to be in the top 10. You're not wondering like, oh, what random guy am I going to fight? No, you're going to fight some tough guys, and I'm excited for it.
Definitely. And obviously, there was a situation that unfolded, and, we spoke about it briefly off air, but the situation with Henry Cejudo, I know you and him had an in-person altercation. I know that's a fight you would love to get. And of course, just doing the business of the fight game, going up there, just trying to make the most of the opportunities and exchanges. But talk to me a little bit about that interaction, because I feel like I think with fight fans, especially when they don't like someone in the moment, they kind of tend to deviate or go for a narrative that isn't necessarily true a lot of the time. So just talk to me a little bit about that situation and maybe what was your thought process in the moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was after that Aldo fight. They asked, like, who would you like to fight next? I said, Henry. And he just got on Twitter and said some things, and I was just thinking to myself, like, we live in the same city. Yeah. I see you at fight events. Like, I'm just not going to let you, talk about me and then me not say something. So I see my opportunity, try to make that happen. But, I guess he said that fight will never happen. And, he has a tough fight ahead of him himself. So I don't know, we'll see. We'll see if we ever get that fight back.
Definitely. And of course, right now that's Arizona versus Arizona. It would be a great fight, I think, personally. And, just more importantly, you're looking at the division as a whole right now. Like we said, there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of great names. And, you yourself amongst those names, what do you hope to accomplish in 2025? Not necessarily just on a fighting level, but on a personal level as well.
Well, I haven't really thought about a personal level. Like I'm fully focused on, getting as deep as I can into this division. So I think that requires, a lot more attention on MMA itself. I guess it's kind of selfish of me to, my family and all that. But I think it's just something very important that I got to do right now and just be focused 100% just to get as far as I can.
Just a sacrifice portion of it, putting a lot of time into this craft. And of course, like you said, the results speak for themselves. And, Mario, thank you so much for your time, for the quick opportunity to speak with you. Obviously, a privilege to watch you train. And I guess any final message? I know for me, you're not somebody who gets affected by the critics. We spoke about it, and it's all, people talk about it in this performance, and then they love you after the next one. It's a very, layered game where there's a lot going on, a lot of things changing. I guess what would be your message to the critics on Mario Bautista, and what can they look to see in your next fight that will maybe silence the masses?
I think you guys are going to be excited for this next matchup. If it comes, if it comes true and everything gets signed off, you guys are going to be excited. It's going to be an exciting fight. So don't count me out on it.
Definitely, and I can't wait to watch your next fight, Mario. Thank you so much for your time. And to
Thank
the fans
you.
that I'm watching, check out Mario Bautista on social media. And I'm going to say this for the fans at home. Don't go into this kind of narrative of like, you've got to critique a fighter after their last fight. I think, obviously that's a big narrative in our sport, but I think with the next fight, a lot of people, I think personally, are going to be proven wrong. And I can't wait to say, Mario, again, thank you so much for your time. To the fans at home watching, it's been me, Dan from FightWave. Have a great day, guys.